Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, Billy Man shit, nigga. They turn their head over, nigga.
Pray where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no hoe lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert, another cop just stretch the nigga. He ain't demon, it's an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. Took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spin, I ain't listening, is effective. If revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jacob. So I war, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't on who got this gun, it's on who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raise up the chain. Bring shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitch about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow sign, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
Sharper than an ice pick on you rappers' necks, and it's feeling like some vice grips. Yeah, that's light shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Times of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go on, close your eyes. There's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll poly grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences. 23 and 1 out. Praying that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout, closed casket, burner in the low jacket, my co-captain, riding on these whole rappers, my hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and just know my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it do for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses after the war just to count our losses. There's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know lie. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the squad in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know lie. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in this world in my whole life, my whole life. It's so melodic when I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics. It got me on the level supersonic, my bomb atomic. And you know where you can find me, somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Sani, my wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper, got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. That's why I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that black work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Lighters in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. And Ken, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know like. Gotta got my heart and my bow tie. Waiting on this war in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know life. Gotta got my heart and my bow tie. Living in this war in my whole life. My whole life. My whole life. Okay.
Lovely, and you'll speak with John. Pretend the camera isn't here. It's my favorite line.
Absolutely.
So, John, why are you here?
So first, I'm Precinct Officer 5000 for Zach Ahmad of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We were started out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York. We have underneath the name of Jerome Muhammad. And we're out here because today is Martin Luther King Day, and it's been 60 years since his famous speech stating that he has a dream. And the past 60 years, as Black Americans, we've had a lot of time to reflect, to analyze, and to look at the legacy of this man right here. And the reality is, Martin Luther King's dream has been a nightmare for Black people in America. You understand? A lot of things that he said, it sounded good, it felt good. But the reality is, our conditions as a people hasn't changed as much as we would like to believe it has. And so we're out here and we're just doing a couple of different interviews with people just to get their perspective and get a general consensus on what the people, what this means to them. And, this is supposed to be a statue of hope, but I don't think it makes sense now to tell people to have hope in joining people that hate you and joining the people that don't view you as human.
So I want to lie to you and ask you a second question. So a dream not fulfilled.
Absolutely. A dream not fulfilled, and not only that, a dream that will never be fulfilled. It's not the reality to believe that we can all join together in love when there's a people that are being destroyed and abused and oppressed. And I'll just say this, and I spoke to a gentleman earlier, he was Jewish, and we had an excellent conversation. And I asked him, would it make sense for the Jewish to have stayed in Germany when they were being abused and oppressed and the horrible things were happening to them? And he then clicked for him. He understood. He's like, okay, so separation has to happen. And we follow a man that is greater than Martin Luther King, that follows what we believe in the Bible. And that's commanding, joining, and honor. He teaches us to do what God says. And God told us to join ourselves together, O nation that desire. Not join ourselves to a people that hate you and abuse you and murder you. No one would advocate to continue to love your abuser. Everyone knows it's prudent and it's wise to separate yourself from someone that means you harm. And so that's what we do. We have our Passover coming up April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina, and it's going to be an excellent event for all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to come out. And like I said, We look at Martin Luther King, and he was a brother just like us, but we believe his dream has not played out the way that he thought it would play out, and that many of those brothers in the civil rights movement would have thought it played out. So,
What's your name?
Kazak, priest and officer Kazak Ahmad.
Can you spell your first name too?
Absolutely.
Or your last name too?
CHAACAQIMAD.
Cool. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Absolutely. So, we got dip.
A Palestinian committed a terrorist attack in America last night and is getting no news coverage.
I haven't been in yet. I just got here.
Of course I did it on purpose. You think I'm crazy? No, I am not. Because seriously, this is at least what I can do. Because I'm gonna kill myself if I don't do something with watching children genocide every freaking night. We get up in the morning, evening, just seeing people dying. Yes, of course. I'm not here to hurt anyone. I'm just here because if I don't do anything, I'm gonna really have a heart attack sitting in my freaking chair. I can't. This is at least I'm not hurting anyone. I'm just freaking getting my anger out. I can't. I'm gonna have a heart attack. Maybe, yeah. Maybe you should do something. Countries support the freaking Israel, the #1 country supporting the genocide. Maybe you have to do something about it. Stand up for the right side and really look at the freaking right freaking news. Maybe you should do this.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I'm sorry. I wish I could do more for my country.
These are brothers in the building, brothers
I
in the
never
school.
heard of fly.
We are not associated with the white Jews or the Caucasian Jews or none of that over there. I'd like to see her face if I could.
Well, she's not letting me freaking fix my hijab, my cover. Free Palestine!
Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying. And I'm saying, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, bitch, I done had enough. Fuck that fucking job, I'm watching everybody work. Fuck that fucking job, that little pay by the hour. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, my back hurting and I'm hungry. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, nigga, on soul. Yeah, caught between the two, get this money, go home. Yeah, all these people so, all these bitches, they messy. First day I came in, I bossed up on the bosses. And they promise nigga this, promise nigga that. Want my ass to work and bring that paper back. Chop, where you been? I been taking the shit. Knowing damn well that I don't fucking sleep. Put that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying. And I say, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, me and bro, we just posted. Look him in the eye, shake my head disappointed. We gotta visualize, summarize, this is cute. All these people drop like fly, why the fuck we still here? Man, fuck that fucking job, when I pull up, I hate it. Yeah, fuck that fucking job, that's on all of their faces. Fuck that fucking job, man, I'm already lit. Man, I hit one thing, boy, you bound to get hit. Man, the bills cross a nigga's brain. Damn, that's how you keep a nigga damn a slave. Damn, money supposed to be a tool. Damn, for a purpose, what's your purpose? Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. Fuck that fucking job, boy, I'm sick and I'm tired. Fuck that fucking job, all that bitching and crying. And I say, fuck that fucking job, nigga. Fuck that fucking job, bitch. Fuck that fucking job, we gon' be rich tomorrow. Fuck that fucking job, it ain't no more applying. You know what I'm talking about? I'm sick of that shit, I know you sick of it too, man. Money supposed to be a tool, but what's your purpose though? It's supposed to benefit a purpose. Shout out Boom Man now.
Seriously, you're looking for a Christ man, one who anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord to do his will. I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put your faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Win the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on punk.
American honor don't lack no soldiers. In the spirit of the Lord, we don't lack no soldiers.
Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate y'all as the same. Hate Christ and they image, hate you as a slave. God ain't all love. Scriptures say he hate African soft niggas. They know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the saint. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We live in bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lie sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of war. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a child. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under your honor, ain't he murdered five of them and got a hug from your honor. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priest bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game. Put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose.
Aquí somos la Escuela Israelita del Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Hoy estamos aquí con la forma de general Yahana
SUV guy.
They just saying anything
I
to
just
be
can't
true.
take it out.
We don't know no powers anyway.
This is what Commander General got behind me.
This is what he did. First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. I had to dig.
That's right. That's right.
Right back at you again. Officer Shapat Dayakin. Dropping something heavy for these cowards out here. Yeah. Coming straight from 125th, 1 West, Harlem, New York. Home of the truth, nigga. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha. Kingdoms ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one. It was written. The men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha. All day as we discuss how they don't like us. Cabins on streets and corners, all is feeling righteous. Real particular, nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping. Cause a scene, you gon' see how brotherhood is a weapon. Tough skin protect our rears. Teach girls and kids to boldness. Call them prophetess, a priest that mean nothing without it. More than rubies, cute and understanding when describing. Virtue, loving, no lip from the daughters of Zion. Gold teeth, earrings, chains, and the rings. Precious metals, fabrics, emphatic stones, and everything. Trying to catch this flame, rewind what we rapping slang. Lost in parables, the scripture breakdowns terrible. Yasha Allah, Prince of the power, we are the Jews. God on earth, you can see it by watching all our moves. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha. Kingdoms ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one. It was written. The men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha. Man of war with hair wool, no idols, loving judgments. God of the Bible, the men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha. Kingdoms ours, all the heathens forbidden. The chosen bow down to no one. It was written. The men above me shout, Hum Yasha, and all the warriors be like, Hum Yasha.
For homicide detectives, the clock starts ticking. The moment they are called, their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. You will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my daughter safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Sitting in that room, hear the interrogator's voice. They asking why I do it. I tell them I had no choice. Couldn't take a threat or a risk to my family, so throw the book at me. I take them charges happily. Ain't no need for no polygraph, so forensics. I put that fucker in a body bag, I'll admit it. Fuck a sentence or the jury that will convict me. They don't understand, it's my family, they represent me. So for them, I risk my freedom, roll the dice. I ain't got much more for you crackers, go ahead and give me life. You don't know what it's like for the people that you love. They ain't there to get salutes, they ain't there to give you hugs. The same that done pulled me from the dirt and from the mud, it's gone because of who? Y'all rather shed your blood. My brother's kids like my other kids. If you touch them, fuck around, get another bid. Plus 10, put me in the Supermax. I get super jacked, working out every day. Canteen super stack, cool with that. Long as it mean my daughter's safe, my brother's winning, that's a chance I take. Still my faith. I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. I got wives that done gave they all to stand beside me. Kids that can't see me fall, look at me proudly. Respected by men with honor up on their names. You harm one of them, I promise that you'll see pain. I'm one West train, made an oath to uphold it. Stood with my back against the wall, never folded. Grew up in the city where the love ain't brotherly. I ain't had too many friends, I ain't need the company. I'm my father's son, so I'm cool, just don't fuck with me. I say that you my homie, you're my brother, then you stuck with me. Never turn my back on mine, it's to the dirt. You cross them across that line, I end you first. But only make it worse, cause loyalty hard to find. Never think cause you out of sight, you out of mind. And I don't mind dying now, cause reincarnation got me coming back. Same scars in my heart aching. Be parlaying with killers from all places. Every last one of them for me a broad day shit. So what you think, I won't do it for them? Once they let me out the cell, shit, I do it again. It's for the family. I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my people safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48.
UPK, O1 West. Babylon is falling to rise no more again. Babylon is falling. Freedom is here, my friend, not just part of the nation. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace, him start of the vision. Now put your trust in the riches and wealth, contamination. But just the last statutes and commandments will make the decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the nation. Daniel get a vision. Him see the black Christ, it wasn't a white depiction. No allegiance to Rome nor its regions. Come out them religion if you want be a free man. Cause the deacons them full of demons. Same situation with Rasta with Islam. Only beacon of hope for your lean and is UPK and the General Yana. Every fowl of the ear, every beast of the field, every creeping thing we creep on land, every mouth of the clear, loud and clear. Yeah, our shy Mashiach is a black man who have fear. Let him hear. Time to prepare. Spiritually separate from Babylon. We no weak, we no fear. We no tear. Bun Saddam, my bun Batman are just part of the nation. Yeah, our shy never come bring peace in start of the vision. No put your trust in the riches and wealth, contamination. I just the last statutes and commandments will make the decision to keep them with precision. Just part of the nation. Send evils and curses on the whole city and the beasts and all churches. America fall, them deserve it. Rome get defeated to repeat another first thing. Hey, 400 years to work with, then desert with, then turn round and call it worthless. But now the COVID lurking, them hurting, and they need doctors and nurses. Hey, one day table did have to turn after the long journey. No care much money you a earn if you still want Babylon burn. One day table did have to turn after the long journey. No care much money you a earn, hey, I just part of the mission. Yeah, our shy never come bring peace in start of the vision. No put your trust in our riches and wealth, contamination. I just the last statutes and commandments would make me decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the mission.
Yeah, but some sort of that.
You're getting along. We rocking.
Wow,
Y'all all look depressed because Kamala winning. What's going on? Y'all don't want the one president. What kind of sexist bigotry going on in the United States? Let her, man. Let her go up and then be the what's that? The first lady. So if she be president, is her husband the first man of the United States? That's what I need to know. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're back again on the real General Yohana. This is not on the Command General Yohana channel, but it's on the real General Yohana. Listen, man, like, share the stream, make sure everybody knows where we at. Share it all over the place. A lot of people not familiar with the channel yet. Share it all over in the chat. Macolata, see you checking in, chiming in, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, man. We're rocking it out. You know what I mean? Deandra, share the chat. Crystal G, share the chat, share the stream. Share the stream all over. Just Arvin Pink, usual on the inside, usual supporter. Share that stream all over. Micah, Israel, Shalom, share that stream. Share it all over the place. You know what I mean? Everybody else who on the inside, might can get to everybody tonight. Zakawakaya out there in Houston. Shalom, share the stream, right? Share the stream. Takaya Ba out in Chicago, share the stream. Taznawai, share the stream. Bayana in Florida, share the stream. So everybody on the inside who we ain't get, we're gonna get y'all later on. That's right. If VJ share the stream, Nawanya Allah, y'all make sure and share it all around from that YouTube channel. I know some of y'all might be on Facebook, but if you could go to that YouTube page, the real General Yohana, and share it all around, that's going to be the channel for the foreseeable future. Y'all share it out again. Commander Yohana working double time, triple time, hardest looking man in Israel, giving my hand, holding it down. We're gonna be on this channel Monday night at 9 p.m. for the usual Black Watch on Monday. So make sure y'all share this channel around, get it going, and we're gonna rock tonight. You know what I mean? We got the usual suspects on the inside. Captain Nafak, holding down the Carolinas. You know what I mean? Gave us back-to-back passes, but well posted and well participated. You know, you got Captain Kapash out there in Indianapolis right now. We have now Captain DR.
See, hermano.
You out there? You online?
Yeah, I'm in Santo Domingo, man. Yeah.
Listen, he accent you. He even sound like Indianapolis. I see you. I see your Tico Fuentes. Yeah, you just like I bought on the inside coming up from DC. Yeah, we holding down Mr. TikTok himself inside. Yeah, I mean, officer, so watch y'all holding down to the side. You know what I mean? Long as tonight, look out tonight. Don't beware, you know what I mean? He have it on him. Y'all beware. Yeah, I mean, so a couple more brothers gonna jump on in as we go through. So, you know what I mean? Shout out Arawadia Vanguard, always hooking us up with these stories. Big up Arawadia, man. Always putting these little stories together. Put some time with it. So to water to you, Arawadia, you part of the team for sure. You know what I mean? On the inside the office. So yeah, man. So what we feeling like? What we feeling like tonight out here? How y'all want to float this thing? Definitely a few of them well.
Got a ton of good stories. We got a ton of good stories. I love it.
Go ahead.
I would like to touch on you want to share that. You know, like an overview now. And you know.
Definitely touch on it. Yeah, I mean, we could definitely touch on it for sure. Yeah, I mean, if you want to open with that one and then we move around, let's get it.
Come.
Yeah, I mean,
which one?
Number 8.
Number 8 with the coat of arms.
Yeah.
Come on. Trinidad is redrawing its coat of arms to remove Columbus's 3 famous ships. The country's coat of arms hangs at the entrance of a government building in Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. Tuesday, August 20th, 2024, Prime Minister Keith Rowley announced on Sunday, August 18, 2024, that the country is redrawing the island's coat of arms to remove references to European colonization, replacing Christopher Columbus's 3 ships with the steel pan, a popular percussion instrument. Officials in Trinidad and Tobago are redrawing the coat of arms for the first time since its creation in 1962 to remove references to European colonization, in a move that many are celebrating. Christopher Columbus's 3 ships, the Pinta, the Nina, and the Santa Maria, will be replaced with the steel pan, a popular percussion instrument that originated in the Eastern Caribbean island. Prime Minister Keith Rowley made the announcement on Sunday to a standing ovation, saying the coat of arms would be reconfigured before late September. That should signal that we are on our way to removing colonial vestiges that we have in our Constitution, he said. The current coat of arms also features hummingbirds, a palm tree, and a scarlet ibis, Trinidad's national bird. Raleigh's announcement comes roughly a week before Trinidad and Tobago is scheduled to hold a public hearing on whether certain statues, signs, and monuments should be removed. The upcoming change is part of a worldwide movement that aims to eradicate symbols of the colonial era, with statues of Columbus removed or toppled across the US in recent years. Columbus arrived in Trinidad and Tobago in 1498. The country's coat of arms hangs on the facade of a government building in Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. Tuesday, August 20th, 2024.
Yeah.
Listen, so go ahead, Swap.
Well, I want to hear you all stand on it first now, because you yourself and Captain Attack, you all will be more versatile on this, in the sense that seeing this happening now, and I could just give my 2 cents after from what I see and what I hear on the ground down here, based on it, man. Yeah.
So set me up, and you called for the story, you know what I'm saying? What happens with a man in motion, man? So I'm saying, I'm not a foul fake pass to the damn runner and throw it.
Rashad, he trying to say we all are in a nice
No.
I see it so well.
I just really was helping you all to the story. That was just helping you all.
Yeah, but on a serious note, it's a slap in the face. You know what I mean? Because you talk about removing the Pinta, them 3 boats, right? Now, what about removing the scars that slavery had done left on the island? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about removing the scars it done left on the island. We are a product of slavery. You understand? Them boats, yeah, it symbolizes something, but the boats ain't the issue. The issue is the people who own them boats. You know, that's the issue. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then if you check all the Caribbean, when it comes to the coat of arms, it's almost like it's kids do them. You know what I mean? Like you have Scarlet Ibis and what the Coquerico. What kind of bird is that? Give me the crane from what they call it, from Kung Fu Panda. But the Kung Fu Panda crane on there, man. You understand? But they like to take a
Them birds ain't shit then. That was some
yeah, that birds, you know what I mean? Like you see that. You not respecting them people on the island. Oh, that's a coat of arms. Oh, we come to conquer you. You understand? That is, you know what I mean? That is, you know what I mean? That ain't gonna change the crime on the island. That's not gonna change, you know what I mean, all the guns that have been imported on the island. What he doing is just a facade, when he should really be thinking about how are we going to empower these black men? You understand? How are we going to bring these black men up? You know what I mean? Strong. You talking about 3 boats? Okay, go ahead. Let's see if that will make a big change in Trinidad. Let's see. You know what I mean? Which show you this is all about politics. It's nothing to do with what actually is going on the island, what the actual problem is on the island. You know what I mean? Because the East Indian boat is not on the coat of arms, right?
Right.
What was it? The Fata Rosa, that's not on the coat of arms.
Right.
But the East Indians, they have a large presence in Trinidad. You understand? Which lets you know what I mean? This year is just for them, it's just a showing. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, they will still go shake the oppressor hand. They'll still, you know what I mean, love, hug, kiss him, you know what I mean? Be all, because with that boat brought Christianity.
That's right.
You understand? That boat brought the problems. But let's deal with that problem. Them boats and that coat of arms, yeah, you could throw that coat of arms in the garbage. So like,
no, I agree with you. I think if you're gonna focus on this, because this undertaking like this, right? Usually, undertaking like this, it takes a lot of money, right? It takes a lot of money to do this, to lobby, to yet they don't pay at the time, and it's all well intentioned. You know, I mean, I don't want you in public to mistake what we're saying. We ain't saying that you shouldn't move to wipe away, the mark of, colonization, the colonialism, and the oppressor. You should move to do that. But if you're gonna, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, Columbus, if I'm not mistaken, Cap, you could correct me or so up. I believe the name Trinidad comes from him.
Right.
The name Trinidad comes from him. That southern mountain range, he saw three peaks, and he called it the Trinity or La Trinity. From Bible, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and the name Trinidad comes from him. So what we're going to do now? Change the name of the country too? Like where will it start? When like Cap saying, the real thing that you have to look at is the scars that is left on the people. The scars that leave the ships and take away the Christianity. Leave the ships right there and take away the Christian church, and you'll see the oppressor leave. That's the mark of the oppressor, because it's the image of a boat. It ain't the image of the beast. You know what I mean? It ain't the image that everybody bowing down and praying to and giving the soul and giving the children to. The image that's the problem in the country right now is the image of the beast, which is that Caesar Borgia, that white Jesus Christ. That's the problem in the country. That's the issue in the country. So of course they'll do these things, and to no avail, to no effect. You know what I mean? I don't know if anybody else wanted to chime.
Yeah. So like I said,
go swap.
Yeah, Tawada. And that this is why I say, well, you all, I'll go for the, when you all get a little more insight on it now, because actually what's taking place on the ground now, as Captain Nata just brought out, where is the Fatal Razak, and because now the draw reference to the steel pan now, the East Indian community now, they start to draw reference concerning that same thing. Now, if I tell. So now it's like
they want a piece of the new coat of arms. They want to put some curry on the coat of arms now.
So now it sparked a lot of controversy, because now the steel pan, you want to put the steel pan. Now where is our part or our piece? At the pie. So now
because of course the steel pan, for the people who listen, the steel pan was invented by a brother, a black man. It was considered a nigger instrument because it wasn't a violin or a cello or something prestigious like the prestigious musicians. It was considered like it comes from rebel people and slaves. So the steel pan really just represent niggers. So the East Indians is like, we'll be damned if them nigger instruments don't represent us. Yeah, go ahead. So
yeah, and when with that controversy that it sparked now, it's showing now where it really has separation within this place now. And again, just like Captain Nata again bringing out, these scars that was brought upon us. Instead of you're trying to wipe away, it is like you're digging in more. You're digging in more. So now it's like that's kind good enough. So it's like I want cut off your flesh now. So now with that now, everything start to come about, and as you say, it bringing a lot of attention now, because now we're taking a lot of financial assets now in order to make that move, because now it will call for the change of the let me say your ID card, your passport. So it goes into a lot of things that would need to be changed as well. So
right.
Yeah. So
the money.
And the money.
The back of the money, the coat of arms, I believe the passport, all of that you had to change. If I could get one scripture, what's going on, Kahan? You have some chapter.
Yeah,
If I could get Jeremiah 6:14 real quick, please. You know what I mean? And again, what you see in here is it's really patronizing our people. It's really something. It's giving the kid candy or giving them a tablet to look at. Instead of actually doing the thing that's effective. You know what I mean? And so you bring up a real good point there too, where because the steel pan is a black instrument, the East Indians are looking to put their instrument on there if it's going to recognize the damn country. And so somebody needs to tell them on some national platform that they came after the country was already paid for with slave money. They came on the luxury that was gotten from the slave money. So the coat of arms should not represent them at all. It should represent the people who who really had back to the soil. Say again?
Who blood is in the soil?
That's right.
Exactly. I don't know if you remember a few years ago, not to make the whole show about the Caribbean, because a lot of people are going to be lost with what the heck we talking about. You remember a few years ago when Sac Marat, who was an East Indian leader, a religious leader, he was making a plea to the government to give the lands, the Caroni lands, and using St. Madeleine, which was a sugar factory, an old school sugar factory. He was making a plea to the government to give the lands of the old sugar factory and all that sugar cane land to the East Indian community because their blood is in that soil. And Black people knew that was some bullshit, and then not one Black leader came out and said, Black blood is in the soil way before yours. Yeah. And your blood ain't in that soil. You wasn't beaten and put into slavery for that thing. You got here, you got a wage. Yeah. Like we paid in blood. And so, it's in the same thing, but we shouldn't fight over the coat of arms. It don't matter what it was. They could put a damn, gear on the coat of arms, it don't matter. That shouldn't matter. As Captain Nasak's saying, we had to look at removing the scars, like what was the hurt done to our people? What was the affliction that's still being done to our people? Because after you change the coat of arms, our people still gonna be afflicted, our people still gonna be hurt, and still gonna be poor, and still worshiping white Jesus. Still worshiping white Jesus. So what's the point? You know what I mean? If I could get that one scripture, please.
Can. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 6 and verse 14. They have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly.
How they have healed it? How?
Slightly.
Slightly. And that's what this damn coat of arms thing is called. It's to heal slightly. It's like putting ice on a wound or telling you to keep your leg up. You roll your ankle or something, and they tell you just keep your leg up on the thing. Meanwhile, you need some ibuprofen. You need to eat 500 milligram, 800 milligram of ibuprofen and ice. But they're telling you just keep your leg up. Read it again.
Can. They have healed also the hurt of my daughter, of the daughter of my people slightly. Saying, peace, peace, when there is no peace.
And that's what's going on here. They want to use this as some kind of rallying cry, as something to rally around, and we're going to get together and we're going to remove the colonizers, and then we're going to talk some more about removing the statues. How about removing poverty?
Right.
How about removing a horrible school system? How many babies was dying in Trinidad Hospital over the since the year start? I mean, you could look. Somebody could Google it. You could look it up. I think it was something like 6 babies a month was dying. It was something ridiculous where a lot of babies was just dying in Trinidad Hospital. Just dying. Like let's look to remove that. Let's look to remove the oppression from all the people's neck. Let's look to remove that. Leave the ships. Ain't nobody care about them ships right now. You have the average Trinidadian. What's the name of them ships? People probably might even know. But they do know that what I could have get for $20 2 years ago is just non-existent no more.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Read one more time from me.
Can. From the top right, sir? Can. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 6 and verse 14. They have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, peace, peace, when there is no peace.
right? They heal the hurt of us slightly, just a slight healing, saying peace, peace. When there is no peace, there's no peace to keep. There's like the streets is hot. Trinidad is bad. It's rough right now.
Right.
And you need to tell me the most important thing is to remove these 3 votes? Nah. Listen, maybe ask me, Cap, and this is what I think. I think that BRICS is aligning themselves to take over from the European powers, and these countries like Trinidad, these smaller countries, and certain regions of Africa, they need them to be free of all colonial symbols.
Right.
And they become it's like trading slave masters. Trade and slave masters. You take on the old name and you put the new name up. You know what I mean? This ain't got nothing to do with nothing about oppression or anything like that. So that
it's Salaki, sir, if I may. I just pulled it up too. It says since the month of April, 7 babies have been reported to have died from a bacterial infection in Trinidad.
In the month of April, that's what how much, 3 months ago?
Yeah, a couple times, sir.
May, June, July, August, 5 months ago. 7 babies, a baby a month, a baby, 1.25 babies. And the most important thing is the 3 votes. Was there more on that, Kuzar?
No, sir. It says the death toll is still rising. It's still rising, sir. As it says, because of sepsis, a bacterial infection, and the Trinidad's Port of Spain General Hospital, which is for those that may not know, 7 is a lot for 7 babies dying in one hospital is a lot. For those that may not have any context, that's a lot of babies to die at one particular hospital.
I'm trying to tell you, like, imagine there's a death rate for the baby. There's a whole death rate for the baby because the conditions are so goddamn poor.
Right.
So poor. And this is Port of Spain General Hospital. We're going to change the name of the hospital too, along with the boats, so what? If we remove Columbus boats, we not the Santa Maria Spanish boat, but we still in Port of Spain though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, brother. It's ridiculous. And
Salaki, sir.
7 babies. Salaki, brother, go ahead, please.
Salaki, Cap, I didn't mean to cut you off too, so I just wanted to say, and this is like you were saying, this is all a politics play. Esau doesn't even run the Trinidad. If this is how you know, if they actually are starting to remove vestiges of colonization, they will take away that Diwali festival from Trinidad. And I know y'all probably already know this, Captain Nayatak, Captain Mashak, excuse me, and Sawab. Y'all probably already know this. Trinidad has the largest Diwali festival in the Western Hemisphere. Trinidad has it. So, and that, if you don't know, that's a Hindu festival, religious festival that East Indians partake in and celebrate. So that lets you know, like those people have completely brought their culture, their idols, and their gods to Trinidad, and they are the people that sit in power. Now, if they're talking about removing Diwali from Trinidad, then maybe you might be like, okay, they might be trying to really remove the vestiges of colonization. But that, like you said, this is just an outwardly thing. It means nothing. You understand? Those East Indians are still in power, oppressing and stealing all the resources from our brothers and sisters, and not giving a damn thing to our brothers and sisters. If they want to remove the vestiges of colonization, they should talk to Sawab Ya'ala. You understand? And get him on the phone and see how Commander General Yohana has the solution for removing the vestiges, because we're doing it here in America. So that's what they should do.
That's right.
That's right. I think that. So, I'm trying to say he coming straight out. He trying to let you know he know about the culture, the Diwali. But you know, hey, listen, I'm ready to jump off. He has doubles line up. Make sure his doubles and his curry line up. Have that line.
That's right.
More research. I know about the Diwali and the biggest one. Goddamn, it's not island. Hand over the island to the UPK. We know what.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? But if you say a slap in the face, it's nothing. And so you just make a mission to get on every outlet everywhere and let black people know, like this thing here, what they're doing, they can do that if they want. But what really needs to be removed is that Christian church.
That's right.
Muslim mosque and Hindu temple. Black people need to know who they really are. And black people need to get all them resources they're going to use to spend to remove 3 votes. Leave the votes and give people money.
Okay.
So where we going next? Y'all want to get the one in Atlanta out the way? With the brother?
So if you want to do the second one with the Haitians on them.
Yeah, we could okay. Let's hit the brother in Atlanta.
Okay.
Number 1, and then we go to the number 2.
Okay.
All right. Let's get Atlanta 4-4-1-2.
Call it time.
All right.
Hospital allegedly lost part of a patient's skull in brain surgery. It then charged him $19,000 for a replacement. Fernando Cluster and his wife, Melendinda, have accused Emory University Hospital Midtown in Atlanta of negligence following the mishap in November 2022. The Georgia hospital took out and lost a piece of a man's skull during a brain surgery operation, according to a bombshell negligence lawsuit filed by a couple earlier this month. Fernando Cluster was diagnosed with intracerebral hemorrhage, a type of life-threatening stroke caused by a bleed on the brain, the lawsuit says. In September 2022, he underwent a procedure, a decompressive hemocraniectomy at Emory University Hospital, Midtown Atlanta, which involved removing a portion of his skull with another scheduled to reimplant the bone flap. But on November 11th, 2022, as he was being prepared for the cranioplasty, hospital personnel could not identify plaintiff Mr. Cluster's bone flap, according to the suit. When Emory's personnel went to retrieve the bone flap, there were several bone flaps with incomplete or missing patient identification, and therefore Emory could not be certain which, if any of these, belonged to Mr. Cluster, the lawsuit states. After a delay.
Damn. Salakia.
Sir.
Like that's, I don't even understand. I ain't no surgeon, but damn. I mean, even if you're changing a tire, you put the slugs in the down, what's called that thing, the hubcap.
Okay.
You put it somewhere because you're going to put this back. You're going to put this back. Some people so meticulous. They had to put the slugs in a certain orientation because they want the same slug going back on the same stuff.
Right.
And these fools can't, how the hell you lose it? So then the skull leaves the room.
Right.
Man, listen, every brother and sister, pray for spiritual power. All people need it. Our people need it. Pray for spiritual power, man. Pray to get the power from on high where you could just look at a man and heal him. So he ain't got to undergo these, incompetent fools up in them hospitals. Then you go from babies dying, and now they lose half of your head out. I don't know.
God damn, if I could. Go ahead, Adawan Salaki. I was just gonna say, if I could, and this come off of a week or two ago, a brother, something where he's supposed to get some chest compressions and the doctors didn't want to do it. His family ended up doing it.
Right.
Like this is just coming off of that. And so, and then on top of that, they talking about charging him a price because they couldn't find what they needed and how they lost it. How you gonna charge him? You know, and this is the type of thing they like to do to try, and they would try to get away with it too. Like all the mistakes that happen, they make them on our watch, them being lazy or them being all types of, really having real hatred for us. They'll do it, and then they want it covered up. They want it hushed up. They want to just do their dirt and keep moving. Like, nah, not in the UPK, man. We gonna see what's going on, man. We gonna see what's going on, but they like to try to brush these things under the rug. Like stuff like this, they do to the different brothers, especially you brothers who join the military. This is how they be treating you brothers who join the military when they get old and they go to the hospital, the VA hospitals. I heard all type of stories about the VA hospitals. They go in with one little sickness, come out with 10, 20 sicknesses. They come. They, 1 minute they healthy, running around. They go to get a VA checkup. They start breaking down slowly right after the first checkup. Like the first checkup, they was talking, walking. Next thing you know, they getting strokes. Then they getting heart attacks. Then they getting diabetes. Then they can't walk no more. And it's like, wow, all this stuff happened as soon as you went to this hospital. Now we see. You know what I mean? The scriptures say honor the physician, but Israel, black people, you got to find you a good physician. Find you one that's what you want, The Commander Yohana, the ISUBK taught us these things a while ago, man. Find you a black, Hispanic, or Native American doctor if you can. If possible, man. Get a doctor of your people. Like, we got a sister in Indianapolis. Her name Dr. Benson. She's a young black woman. She delivered all the babies in our camp. Like, all the brothers having babies in our camp, you know what I'm saying? They in her spot. And she worked with a black dude. So that's which type of doctor you need. You need somebody trustworthy. You need somebody you look to. Your own people, Lord will. That's all.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Y'all on phone, sisters will put her black hands on that baby out the womb, man. Like most brothers and sisters, we had to resign to the fact that the devil is the first person to touch each other, and that's that. You know what I mean? But that's tight right there. You know what I mean? Like, we need to be totally separate and self-sufficient from these people because damn. And listen, it's not to say, there would it's not to say that there wouldn't be issues or errors if it was black run. However, when issues and errors come up from the people who oppressed you and enslaved you and murdered you for 400 years, it's not an error at that point. At that point, it's it's an act of war. It's an egregious. It's a serious offense. When it's one of our own doing it, that's something we could fix within. That's somebody that could be remanded. But when you do it, you doing it with history on the back of it. You making that incision with 400 years of power on the back of it. You moving that man's brain with 400 years of power and 400 years of us being in servitude on the back of it, which changes a whole lot. It changes a whole lot for the average American would only understand it if you say an Englishman of Britain did something egregious to you, then you'll understand it. You'll be able to internalize it more because it's like we had to break free from Britain. That's right. That's where you would understand it. The Jewish man would understand it if this was a German doctor and this happened to one of your aunts or whatever. You would understand it then. But this thing right here this is ridiculous, man. This is absolutely ridiculous.
So, Cap, if I may, I just want to say what Captain Kahan always be saying. Thank you, Dr. Martin Luther King. And this is, if anybody that's on TikTok right now, as this election is going on, there's a lot of talk about the benefits of segregation. There's a lot of videos. Of course, the UPK, we've been saying this because this is the Bible. But there's a lot of talk from Black creators talking about we got to relook at and revisit the whole topic of segregation because segregation wasn't bad, you know, the way we've been taught. There were so many benefits to us being segregated, separate from these oppressors to an extent. And one of the biggest things is the racism that is so prevalent in the medical department, the medical field. Well, you didn't have those problems when you had Black hospitals, Black doctors, Black nurses, Black midwives. And like you said, Cap, everybody can understand the nuance of how, you know, racism is always going to be the number one thing that comes up. Well, was this racist? You know, was this racist that they lost his skull? Like you said, if this was this was an article talking about a Jewish man, skull was lost in Germany. The whole article will be there. It's important to understand the historical context of why this is why this is a serious issue and this is a that. But then when we bring up racism, somehow we play in the race card. Well, this can be alleviated if we just can have our own. That way, if something do go wrong, it's like, hey, what, you know, that this is either this is negligence or this is that. But until we have our own, racism is always going to be the number one caveat as far as the number one reason. This in my mind, this is purely racism.
Right.
Negligence via racism.
Yep.
Did they lose anybody else's skull? You know?
Well, that's a good question. Maybe we need to look that up. What's the name of the hospital? Emory?
Emory, sir. In Atlanta.
History of losing skulls.
Damn.
Nope. Nope. What I'm seeing is this brother.
Because I never heard of them losing a body part in the hospital. I haven't heard of that.
Listen, man.
I heard them selling body parts, so I can
pray for that spiritual power, man.
Yeah.
Pray for that spiritual power. That's what we need. Pray for that spiritual power. Let the Lord get the glory until he can set up his positions. You know what I mean? His standards and his way of life. Because we really, and this here is why Black people, especially Black men, don't like to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
This right here is more proof of it. Everybody have a stigma. Black men don't like to go to the doctor and don't see no doctor. This is why, Negro.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie Gray ran for a reason, and niggas don't like to go to the hospital for a reason. Put one and one is two.
Right.
One and one is two. Mm-hmm. And that's crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy. When he should be done recovering and looking at change of his life so he could continue living and surviving, he had to go, get money to go sue this hospital and back them up, which is going to take more time and stress him out more. He probably can't even heal properly. So to get back, he had to pay good money. And then he had to pay money to go, make the hospital pay. I mean, we always hear about this organ trafficking. Maybe that skull was going to somebody else, man.
Yeah,
that's why. Maybe that's why he had to pay for it. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. That's a crazy situation, man. Crazy situation.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Cap. Maybe I said that's exactly what I was thinking. Maybe that skull wasn't for him, or these people were trying to pay bills and decided to, lose the skull for a couple hours or for a couple days. You understand? So now he had to come back and pay extra money on the back end for, for a skull that was supposed to be there already. You understand? So this here is as Kazak was saying, you got to pull the race card on this. You have to. You have no choice. You know what I mean? Why it has to be a Black man? Why can't You know what I mean? You hear somebody lost a kidney that's supposed to go to Mr. Johnson. You know what I mean? Some Caucasian. You'll hear these things because them things don't really happen. Were not supposed to happen. You know what I mean? These things are planned way ahead of time. You go do a surgery, they, you know what I mean? They tell you come in the morning, like 2 hours before your surgery or whatever, because they had a plan. You understand? So they knew what that skull was. They just was trying to, I don't know what I was trying. Either save it for somebody who get money. Who knows? But we for sure gotta pull the risk out on it until we find out what really happened.
Right.
They say 2019, the Emory Hospital operated at a loss during the pandemic, but as of June 2024, its financial performance has improved and was aiming for a 9 to 10% positive margin. In 2020, Emory University Board of Trustees approved a short-term loan of $900 million. So, you know, this empire is hurting. The empire is absolutely hurting. Listen, just like you know, something wrong with your car, you take it into the damn dealer and they tell you damn near the price of a new car to fix your car. All these scams is going, legal scamming going on now. You have to get a call from a Nigerian to get scammed no more. The empire is hurting. They're coming up with all types of ways to fleece you of whatever you have. You know what I mean? You better come to like school or UPK, brother, where you know you're gonna have more resources than a little bit. And let us get through it, it's gonna be a wrap.
God, if I could, Lucky, this was Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because there's a good show on, I believe it's Netflix, about a hospital show. But the main point, it's not like a regular hospital show where they're like trying to fix people. The show deals with the other part of the hospital, the financial part, the malpractice part. There was a surgeon who's like the face of the hospital in Atlanta, and he kept messing up surgeries because his hands wasn't, he was getting sicker with his hand, where his hand was trembling and it was causing people to die. But they were trying to cover it up because he was so famous for his surgeries. So they like, okay, well, he messed up here and there. That's okay, though. We just keep it moving and change names and do this and that. And it was other things. They were trying to move around people with cancer to other hospitals that would get them more money and heal them. And there was a lot of things, people they didn't want to serve because they knew it would cost the hospital so much money. Like, yeah, we'll take them in, but this is going to cost the hospital, $500,000. And we don't want our hospital to have to pay that for this patient. So let's try these other things and do these other things. And the whole show was about that. And it was in Atlanta. The hospital was in Atlanta. So yeah, you gotta watch it. So Mark, I believe it is called The Resident. Yep, The Resident. Because it was it starts off because a new doctor come in and he's a resident. So they're teaching him these new things. And so he's like slowly discovering the dark side of the hospitals, the meeting, the meetings they're having about the budget and different patients that they're trying to cut off, and the hospitals dropping off patients at other hospitals so they don't have to pay for them, all type of stuff. And I can tell it's real. This ain't made up stuff because the way how in depth the show is. It's somebody, whoever wrote it, know what's going on in these hospitals.
That's what I was just about to say. That I'm sure you could find stories to go on with whatever they depicted. Real life story. So, Lord be with that brother. I hope he takes it for bad. What I mean? And they straighten up that thing and don't go losing other people, parts, body parts, and scamming and doing whatever else. Let's get number one real quick too, and then we jump to Haiti.
Come. FBI probes insert attack on Democratic breakfast in Chicago. FBI probes insect attack on Democratic breakfast in Chicago. Chicago police and the FBI are investigating if saboteurs placed bugs in a breakfast buffet prepared for delegates at the Democratic National Convention on Wednesday. multiple unknown female offenders are alleged to have entered a building and began placing unknown objects onto tables containing food. The convention's information center said in a statement, the offenders are believed to have then left the area. One victim was treated and released on scene. Along with CPD, FBI Chicago is assisting in the investigation. Once one witness told USA Today the creatures appeared to be crickets, while others reports suggested maggots. The incident took place at Fairmont Hotel, where delegates from Indiana, Minnesota, Ohio, Missouri, and South Dakota are staying. We were all coming down to breakfast, and there were these two women who had hidden themselves in the bathroom. Indiana delegate Karen Talion told USA Today, and they ran out and threw maggots into the breakfast buffet. Talion, a retired state senator, said, friends who reached the dining room ahead of her had witnessed the contamination. The incident was the most recent example of ongoing efforts to disrupt the convention, including multiple bomb threats at hotels where delegates and other attendees are staying. Fox 32 TV reported that the threats were made against at least 3 hotels. We ran out every single threat yesterday, and they are continuing to come in today. Derek Mayer, the deputy Secret Service special agent in charge, said at a Wednesday morning briefing.
If I could, because this is pro-Palestinian protesters?
No, it's not specifying, sir. It's just saying anti-Democrat party protesters more so than if anything, sir. Okay. So it could.
Yes, it is. You know, again, right? Race. You know what I mean? Like, what's the race of these people? The city, the 2 women, but they ain't saying what the race is, right?
Right. No. Okay. Here, I just read on. Okay. If I could, I could read this part, sir. This might tie it in. It says, last month, maggots and other insects were reportedly released at the Watergate Hotel in Washington, D.C. during a visit by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Chicago has seen nightly protests during the convention by organizations seeking an end to the Gaza war and an end to the U.S. military support for Israel. Okay.
Yeah. I think this is tied in with that thing, with that pro-Palestinian thing.
Okay.
Because that's out of their playbook. You know what I mean? Somebody else in Salaki?
Come on, if I could, Salaki, on this it's heavy because they saying that some people saying this wasn't the only thing that happened down there in Chicago with that protest with the DNC, but they were saying that I saw an article where it was talking about there was a convention that you didn't see, meaning there was a lot of private meetings with a lot of small hats, a lot of these different these people that have a lot of money. And also Chris Como, he pointed out on one video that he said you look at the skybox, he said all those seats are filled. But he said when you look up there, those are multimillionaires. So while the candidate is talking about how he gonna deal with the workers and cut back on the small bit on the big businesses and how they gonna pay taxes, they looking down on the convention from the skybox, eating caviar. So the DNC has to deal with the MAGA as well as the maggots. And this type of behavior is going to continue to happen well up to election day. The UPK, we done told you, we done prophesied this. Don't let the images fool you. Don't let all the excitement inside that arena fool you, because there's war outside that arena. You understand? And then not only that, they have to deal with identity politics, like Captain Nas stated, with the women and all these different groups that's on the, you know what I'm saying, that's starting these political alliances They at the all these gonna be at the forefront of these upcoming debates. So this is right here. You're gonna start seeing all these type of acts of defiance. I think that we well beyond the word peaceful protest, because what some of the things they doing to sabotage people's breakfast, it's getting real. You know what I'm saying? You imagine what they got for dinner. The UPK, we're gonna keep bringing out the truth. You know, according to the Bible, don't be fooled by this election. Make your election sure, like the scriptures say. So
That's right. That's right.
Right. I think there's a Trojan horse in the middle of this election, and that's the support for Gaza. Because it takes money to go to all these events. Even if you're not in the DNC convention, to go get a hotel to travel around, to get these maggots, get these bugs, and go in there and drop them off. And what about the bail money? You're going to get arrested. What about the bail money stuff? And I'm starting to think the Islamic world or the Arab world is doing today what Russians did with communism in the 50s and 60s with the Black Power movement, and what they did in India with Gandhi, where there's funding coming from somewhere. Because okay, look at this, right? I want you all to take a look at this, right? Because where have you ever heard protesters doing anything like this ever in life before?
Yeah. And been allowed.
Go ahead, Slugger.
And just and been allowed to do it too.
Yeah.
Them Palestinians better, you know what I mean, take our place in queue. You understand? Because we've been crying out. Nobody come and help us. And look, you know what I mean? Now you want everybody to feel your pain.
That's right.
Man, come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, Slugger, I'm gonna cut you off, man.
No, so like I just adding, you know what I mean, you sat back and saw Trump and them speak evil about us.
That's right.
Ain't come to we aid, nothing. But all of a sudden, you want black people to now hear you cry. And when we ain't hearing you cry, you trying to get your attention by again maggots.
That's right.
And insects. You know what I mean? Grow up, man. Grow up. You know what I mean? Face reality.
Well, Cap, that's what I was just about to say. This might not be directly from the Gaza, and that's why I say the Islamic world is coming into play. Because you know the largest mosque in the Western Hemisphere is in Maryland.
Yeah.
Right, it's right there in Maryland. The largest mosque in the Western Hemisphere is right there in the state of Maryland. And they, it's huge. It's a huge building with layers down into the ground. I mean, I'll probably look it up and get you a picture. The funding got to be coming from somewhere, and now this ain't like a poor man's thing anymore. It's the largest mosque in the West.
And black people should wake up too and look. They've been teaching us in Christianity to love and come together with all these nations. Right. And watch how all these nations fighting, you know what I mean, against each other.
So like in Michigan. In Michigan, not Maryland. The largest mosque in the West. I think this is recent. I think before this it was in Maryland.
So like, is that in Dearborn?
In Dearborn, Michigan.
Come. And so like, if I could. And
please,
it's ironic that all this happened at breakfast. Because it's time to wake up and smell the coffee when you're dealing with this type of situation with our people. Now, here it is. These outside agitators of the DNC and the RNC, they're going to give black people a platform to express their anger. They're going to give you the backstage pass to put maggots in somebody's breakfast. You better not fall for it. You understand? Because now, because they have access to certain capital, certain finances, and they know, believe it or not, everybody in DNC ain't loyal. There's a lot of people, there's infighting going on in there they're not talking about. A lot of people that were loyal to Joe Biden, they didn't like how this went down. So there's a men. Don't think that everything is good over there in the DNC. And the same thing on Trump's side. The Lord is steady shuffling the deck of cards more and more as this thing begin to wrap up. And like I said, the identity politics, you're gonna find people on both sides of the aisle using the same talking points, but on different sides in most cases, because there's war going on. There's war in Ukraine. They want to wrap that up. They pushing more into Russia. They want to wrap up the war that's in the Middle East. So all these things is going on. That's the picture you were talking about right there, Mashak, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead, please.
So what we trying to tell our people is to beware of what's going on, because they're going to try to use you as a pawn once again. What we need to do is abstain from this whole ordeal, and I'll tell you why. Because this thing here is going to get more. It's going to get more violent. It's going to get more outside the political and debate spectrum. Remember, identity politics is much at play in this situation, and they never publicize the list of the donors. There's people who are in those conventions who don't want their name they don't want their picture on the front page of the New York Times, but they have interest, and they have interest that involves a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? In all different types of categories. So what we got to understand, and for those who want to speak against the UPK and Command Junior Hunter when it comes to this political process, who try to down talk us about not voting, let us remind you, I got to remind you once again, that the UPK, we ensured that there was a free and fair vote and election in Alabama when Black people chose to vote out the police force. The UPK, Commander Junior Hunter sent men down there to make sure those people in Alabama were safe, and they successfully voted out a white racist police department, all of them. So before you fix your mouth to speak about us and how we view the political process, you better check the UPK works. You put that on our resume.
That's right. That's right. We didn't even support voting, and we made sure you could do your dumb ass voting.
The water cabin.
We keep your order for you. You know what I mean? So protesting, yeah, like this is the largest mosque in the Western Hemisphere. Where did money come from to build that shit? Where did it come from? There's another huge one somewhere outside Maryland. Huge as shit. So if we're talking about, this is the type of things they do, and I've never heard in any kind of counter protest where they release pestilence in the rivals' breakfast party or lunch. I've never heard them do that shit. But this is what I did hear about. I need you to take a look at this, all right? I'm gonna play this video for you.
Copy our volume.
Yeah, hold on. I don't know. Maybe this video don't have the volume. Hold on. Let me see.
I remember this.
Right? Maybe you'll just read the what they're saying here, all right? Pro-Palestinian activists released a box of mice into McDonald's Star City in Birmingham.
Ooh.
You see the Palestinian flag on his head, and they spray painted the mice in the Palestinian colors. Go ahead, God.
No, I'm saying they you know what I mean, like they're allowing these Palestinians to, to do all of this, you know what I mean, to try and blow off some steam, you know what I mean. When it comes to Black people, you have to forget about whatever happened in the past, forget what happened to your people, and just move on. You understand? But these people being allowed to do these things, I sure didn't know they was going to do this, and nobody stopped them.
Well, this was in the beginning. In the beginning of the protest, they did this. eventually the British government started looking for the cameras to see his license plate was on there, and they start tracking them down and charging them. Because of course, you know, places like McDonald's, certain banks is run by Jewish people. So they're trying to stuff money because, you know, once you put the mice in there, the food inspectors had to come afterwards once you get the place cleared out. But brother, to put maggots at a breakfast party, this screams these people. And these people here is in England living rich. They're not on the Gaza Strip. So these is not the Palestinians that get bombed. These is Palestinians that are well off in first world countries doing this type of thing. And this is their way of protesting. This is not the, you see, they put it in the Starbucks, McDonald's, and then they calling for a boycott of Disney because they're trying to hurt the Jewish man, right? So this is their way of protesting. So when you hear, okay, they put locusts in the DNC breakfast, but then the day before, earlier in the week, and another political conference with Netanyahu or whoever, they released maggots in there. This thing here has far-reaching implications, and it's damn near, you know, all the scriptures say kingdom against kingdom, nation against kingdom, empire against empire. Like the money is coming from somewhere to make these type of moves. And again, the Arab world, I'm kind of look up and join together behind this thing here, because for the life of me, how is it you getting around so much? Where's that money coming from? That money coming from somewhere.
That's right. So, like, if I could, Cap,
please, Cap.
Like you said, Cap, a lot of there's funding to do these types of things. They have money, and like I said, once again, wherever they have these conventions and these debates, you're gonna see these people out there. I mean, they was all out there. Cornel West, he was out there with them, trying to show some solidarity. Cornel West out there, he's running for the independent ticket. You know what I'm saying? But they were out there in droves with all kind of signs and so forth. And you know, of course, they want the hot button issues to be addressed, and they're not going to address them in there. You know what I'm saying? But this is a golden opportunity where they start to target these breakfasts and establishments. This is the opportunity for our brothers and sisters. Once again, the Bible says, "Gather together, O nation not desired." As these businesses start to be inoperational, they start to be uninhabited, and because of all these different attacks and all these different things they doing to sabotage these businesses, it is the opportunity now for us to come together and to have our own restaurants again.
Yeah,
because it's not safe to go to their restaurants no more. It's not safe. So now you got to pull out the barbecue grill. You got to do this. Now we making dinner. Now we don't have, we can be immune from that. We can be quarantined from those pestilence, like Captain Meshach said. And how do you know what Captain Meshach said is so spiritual? Because what does the Bible say in the book of Revelation? Come out of her, my people. You understand? If you be not partakers of a plague. That's a plague. When you go to eat your croissant and you got maggots and you got people, those dinners are those breakfast dinners, those breakfast plates and stuff. Them things are expensive, man. To get invited to those dinners and those luncheons and all that, man. Some of them tickets. Of course, it ain't all about the breakfast. It's about the political capital that you're gonna be able to raise in there, meeting these politicians and so forth. So a table alone probably $2,000. You ain't paying for the breakfast. You paying for the atmosphere. You paying for who you can meet. So you got to understand that all these things, the Bible say the Lord gonna shake the heavens. You understand? So he gonna shake this thing up, man. So we need to be away from this thing, man, because when the Lord shake the heavens, things fall. And if you're in the wrong position, you can get hurt. You understand? You can get hurt from this, man. So it's time for us to come together, pull our Commander Junior Hunter been saying this for years. You understand? But the problem is you are beholden to the Democratic Party. You are beholden to Donald Trump and the RNC. You understand? And his people. You know what I'm saying? So when you start to do that, what happens? You lose sight of what's going on with your race. You lose sight of what's going on with your culture. And then now you can be exploited. You can be exploited politically. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you how many times they used the word black in that DNC. They made sure to use the word black in the DNC. But I thought it wasn't about race. That's what you told the UPK. Why you gotta say that she's black? What does it matter? I thought she's American. They make sure to use the word black because they want to hammer it in that she's us and how we should support her. You know what I'm saying? That's a tactic. So like I yield.
Shalom, of course. If I could jump in there off of what Captain Kahan said, it's so amazing. It's on point that you can go to the scriptures. It said, "Nation shall rise against nation, but be ye not troubled." Ain't that? The Palestinian attacked us first.
Mike, go in and out a little bit. See it again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it seems like going in and out.
I had got a phone call. I messed it up for a quick second. A Palestinian woman with the attack the ISUPK. Matter of fact, her court date is on Monday. She pleaded guilty. And so her sentencing will be in 30 days.
All right.
Good look.
We touching bases with the prosecutor every day. We emailing back and forth with them. So people like Kevin said, it's a plague. It's nation gonna rise against nation. That's happening over in Europe, where Kamashaka in UK. It's happening over here in the States. And all these other races, don't think they ain't gonna get into it next. Don't think that the Hamite ain't gonna get into it. Don't think that the Asian ain't gonna get into it. The Indian ain't gonna get into it. From India, all these nations are gonna rise against each other. We really at the beginning of it, you know what I mean? And you seeing how the Arab man wage war, and he's gonna keep doing more and more and more, and they're gonna keep funding these things. And they're organized. We just think these nations, you're gonna see these nations move. So get with your nation, because you're gonna just be, what's it called when a person just get hit by accident because he was just around in the battle.
Collateral damage.
That's you, black man. You collateral damage if you don't get with the Lord. You are collateral damage. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing. If I could, when we reached out to the mosque out here and told them we need to talk to them about what happened to our school out here, guess who they sent? They sent some black Muslims.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I was just about. If you look at that protest, I think it was there's a video of it where they arrest some broad and his sister. So even though they're funding the thing, and even though it's for their cause, we're gonna be there for the eternal foot soldiers with everything.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They'll never come face it. And the same broad, the same heathen broad who drove that car into the building, cat. Who's paying for her lawyer? Who's paying for her legal fees?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. This funding now it's back. And again, it's so the whole spirit is pervading through the earth. This is why the riots is happening in the UK. And they'll try to make it a brown and minority issue, and this is not that. These oppressors here is tired of them Arabs. Look at what they're doing over there. Look at what they're doing in the States.
Exactly.
Look at what they're doing everywhere. They're pushing the money, and they, start, brother. This is the Democratic National Congress. This is to galvanize and to probably elect the next president of free will.
Right.
You posting the leader of a country you give billions of dollars to every year. And you come down for breakfast and there's maggots in the damn croissant.
Right.
You understand what's going on now? There's maggots in the croissant now.
Right.
Somebody had a role.
Exactly.
Something is desperately wrong. So, like you're saying, Kabak, like the separation has to be swift and it has to be tactical, and you got to be cognizant. This had to be something that you're fully aware of. Right. It had to be a purpose. It can't just be a floating type of feeling, a vibe. This has to be a tactical, on purpose, very deliberate move because of the moves they make it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
If I could, Cap.
Go ahead.
And you know, and once again, they pushing hard. They pushing the race card hard in the Democratic, the DNC. They brought out Jesse Jack, a wheelchair-bound Jesse Jackson. They had him on the screen. You know, they trying to all those old civil rights era activists and people that marched for Dr. King. They giving them their last hurrah this election. They need them. They see once again. They need them to remind us that this is who we should support. But see, the problem is like one of y'all said earlier about the whole thing about integration. Now that whole conversation about what desegregation and all that is coming back up again because they're looking at not only the cultural index, but as far as the financial index of what we had, even going back to the Green Book. They looking at all these things that we used to have, and then there you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Those are a lot of these people, and it's sad to say, a lot of these are civil rights relics from the past. Now, am I saying what they did, everything they did was wrong? No. But what am I saying? I'm saying they have to use them in order to use us as sheep, to gather us to the flock, to say this is what it's about. This is what Black is about, because these are the last vestige of that era, and they co-signing Kamala Harris. They co-signing the Democratic Party. You see what I'm saying? And all these men, and a lot of these people haven't done things since Martin Luther King. Once again, they ain't marched. They haven't really done anything. They're not in with the grassroots movement. They had one brother. He almost hopped on Rosa Parks. He's a so-called activist in Chicago. And he got into it with him out there. Because they saying, hey man, you trying to run game on us. What is the policy for Black people? Enough of this, all this, I'm running I'm for all Americans. They want some answers. But this is what we got to understand as far as us being in the truth, man. And our brothers and sisters that's paying attention to ISUBK, man, they running a hustle all over again. This is Barack Obama 2.0.
Yep.
But it's going to be worse now because her donors, the type of donors she got, man, they know she gonna do whatever they tell her she gonna do. You understand? And Trump ain't no better. But just know, don't fall asleep when it comes to this. We need to set up more stronger cultural boundaries when it comes to our people, Black, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? And our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, man. Now it's time to fortify. It ain't time to be going out here trying to cast a ballot and all that, man. You understand? We need, like Captain Shock said, you need strategy. You understand? This thing, you walking in the battlements of a city. Now, you can go downtown and there's 3 or 4 different protests with 3 or 4 different flags out there. You see the rainbow flag. You see the Palestinian flag. You see the Trump flag. And it's damn near getting to the point where you seeing anarchists out there now. That's where it's going. The militia getting involved now. Because it's
this is how bad it is too. It's so bad that if, as you making your way, and you see them protest, them varying protests, the diverse protests for the diverse reasons, it gets so bad that if you ain't part of one, you'll be seen as an enemy of them. Like, who are you for? Which side are you on? And you can't be neutral at this point. It's damn near they'll only respect your right to move if you part of some movement that's strong as well.
Damn right, Captain.
Damn near it has to be that. Because if you play this neutral game, it's like, what you mean you neutral? So you don't have nothing to say about what they bombing in Palestine? What you mean you neutral? You don't have nothing to say about Hamas it's in Israel? What you mean you neutral? So you don't have to pick a side, nigga.
That's right.
You're gonna have to pick a side at this point. You can't just love everybody, because everybody ain't gonna love you.
Oh my Salah, Cap. Oh my goodness. Would you just hold on, Cap? Hey, Cap, what you just said is nuclear. Because guess what? You ain't been hearing what Captain Shock just brought out. We ain't been hearing that talk, love everybody talk no more. It's getting real. It's almost on mute now. I don't hear nobody saying love everybody now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Racism is a team sport. Okay, you either play together or you lose by default.
Mm-hmm.
And they play you different when they see you play as a team.
Yeah.
What's the difference? You understand? Now you about to see the principles that the UPK has been saying. They about to materialize in front of your very eyes. I know you thought they were non-existent. Now you about to see it materialize in front of your eyes now with all this going on. You thought we was out of our mind. But I tell you what, the next political candidate, when they show up to a rally, you go out there and you take your camera phone and go out there and see how many protests out there. You won't be able to count them on both hands. Everybody got a movement. Everybody got something they trying to stand for. What are you standing for? You understand? You better stand with the Lord. You understand? Because it's about to be a battle royal in America, and everybody's fighting for power.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, are you?
It's a sad state of affairs where, like Kahan saying, you need these guys on the stage. That's a sad state of affairs. That's this here is the proof that your candidate is weak.
Mm-hmm.
If this is the strength of your candidate, if this is the show of the strength and person who would certify your candidate, this shows weakness. They didn't bring Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton them up when Biden was running. When Biden was running last election, they didn't bring them out. But this year they need this for this woman. It's going to be a rough second half of the year.
That's lucky. If I could, to add even more to what you're saying, it's the sad state of affairs that's our leaders. Our leaders, the scriptures say our leaders, our gates languish. Excuse me. Our gates languish. You know what I mean? Our leaders cause us to err. Like, it's even sadder that's our leaders. Our leaders are men that haven't made any much positive change in 40 years. You know, well, maybe 30 years. Ain't been able to produce no results. Like, where's the results? Where's the like the scripture say, a good tree beareth forth good fruit. Where is the fruit? Where's the fruit from them two men? And that's supposed to be our leader. That's the pinnacle, really. It's the pinnacle towards the end now, because they're falling off, and good riddance. Commander Johanna need to rise, but where's the fruit?
So, like if I could, Cap.
So I think just on Go ahead.
Yeah, I rolling all right. Yeah, so I just say, let's go to the again. Yeah, I'm some Shabbatam.
Make sure y'all want in the chamber, so make sure y'all want in the chamber.
It's a lock it, Cap.
Yeah, please go ahead. I'll just pull it up. Go ahead.
Cause see, people forget about this. That's why I want the water Cap. See, people forget about this picture since we talking about Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. You see, to the UPK, we don't forget. Okay, we don't forget. Donald Trump. Read it and weep. Okay, Donald Trump, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton at the launching of the Rainbows Coalition Wall Street Project, 1996. This ain't Photoshop and this ain't AI. That he still got that same perm. It just had a little bit more hair back then. Al Sharpton. Okay, and look, why ain't they supporting Donald Trump? See, they supported him. See, once again, this is why you need the UPK. And this is why our oppressors hate us, because we have a memory. You see, don't be fooled by these politicians. Don't be fooled. That's right. We have the receipts and the invoices. The UPK, we coming out with it. Okay, which is why they don't really want to talk to us with a lot of these political issues. They said, well, y'all don't vote. What does that have to do with it? You understand? Look at what we've been voting for the last 50, 60 years.
Right.
You understand? So the Lord knows what you paid and what you owe. So you ain't gonna fool the UPK, man. I just wanted to add that point. I just kept me shocked when you pull that picture out. See, they won't show this at the DNC though. You see,
right?
They show him out there, but they don't show. And you know what? Who knows? Trump may pull this out. He said, "Well, they showing him now," but he forgot. He know what all they did for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So don't be fooled by these politicians, man. You understand? They will go for what's convenient with them. They will go for what they don't care about us as a people, man. I just wanted to add that point, Captain Shock. What?
That's a cool picture there. I'm gonna make a post later. Before you celebrate this, remember this. Because damn, listen, I want to see how Trump gonna dig himself out of this whole. Trump might come to the next presidential debate with videotapes. PowerPoint and videotapes at every secret meeting. Tapes on Kamala, tapes on everybody. I mean, damn, I don't know how he's gonna get out of it. It's gonna be a good race to the end to see.
And
that was a good find. That was a good digging the archives for that one. You know what I mean? I'm seeing this picture, it's a lot. I ain't trust the internet with this picture. I'm screenshotting this right now. I know how the hell they are. This shit will just disappear and somebody gonna have to say, yeah, I remember it. No, sir.
Yeah, that'll be your computer from hell. The laptop from hell.
that would be Hunter's laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
man.
I was saying, I see what they're doing too, in a way where they did the same thing. I don't know if you'll remember when Hillary and Trump was going up against each other. They do almost the same thing. They push Hillary so much on TV, they made us think that, you know what I mean, she was going to win it.
Yeah.
The news thought that night, they were shocked when the votes or, you know what I mean, or the results started coming. And they started crying and say, well, she won the what do call it? The popular vote.
Yeah.
Like if that helped you with the presidency.
Yeah. She was sick. She didn't even come out, remember?
Yeah, she didn't want to even address the loss.
She was sick. You know, there's all type of forces behind the attacks on Trump now. It's like, it ain't just Kamala, it's Biden, Hillary, the Obamas, everybody from before. So, go ahead, Karen.
No, I was just adding that because, you know what I mean, black people are going to be fooled into thinking that, you know what I mean, like, yeah, Trump going to really lose. Better we go swing this way with the Democrats. You understand what I'm saying? When all the news, like, you can't believe what you're seeing on the news right now. You can't trust in what you're seeing on the news right now, knowing this going on for what, over 50 years? You know what I mean? They've been lying to us.
Right.
You know what I mean? 70. How much?
At this point, 70.
Yeah. And now you're going to bring these old men out. Could I get Ecclesiasticus 25 and 2? It's on the real general. Come on. Yeah. Ecclesiasticus 25 and 2. You know what I mean? For brothers and sisters out there.
Kawaka, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah. Perfect.
Kawaka. Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, verse 2. 3 sorts of men my soul hateth.
This is
and
Lord.
I am.
This is the Lord saying it. You understand? For all of you who say God is all love, you simpletons. You look at the Democrats and Republicans, are they all love? Then why don't have one party?
That's right.
Why one party don't just run the country and we all steal and sing Kumbaya, however you want to sing. You know what I mean? Read.
Oh God. And I am greatly offended at their life. A poor man that is proud.
A what?
A poor man that is proud.
That's where it's on the stage. poor men that are what? Read.
A rich man that is a liar.
And this is how the Lord is. You're gonna say, well, they ain't poor, they're rich. Well, they're liars. He covering every track you wanna try to get wrong. They're liars. If they ain't poor and you say they're rich, they're a bunch of liars. Because we just saw a picture of them with who? With Donald Trump. Which then, you know, who really getting played?
Right.
So you getting played. You and me getting played. Them shaking hands with the Democrats and the Republicans. Then getting paid to do that. Right. They're getting paid to put on a suit to go out there to get your votes. And they don't live like how me and you live.
Right.
Read on.
Come. And an old adulterer that doted. And an old adulterer.
Hey.
You understand? These are adulterers. They will sleep with anything to get money, with the Republicans or the Democrats. They're all adulterers. And black men, you better be careful following these, you know what I mean, these old brothers.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's listen, Cap. I fighting to pull this picture up before you finish the damn scripture, because that last one, the old adulterer, this is the picture for it. This is the picture for it, and Jesse here, not Jesse, Al here, and Donald here, the same here. Yeah. It's the same click back with the side shaving.
That's right.
Same old slick pimping, boy.
All right.
Man,
if I could. Oh my goodness, man. You know, there's a saying that say don't bite the hand that feeds you. You know,
right.
But when you catch a dog that bite the hand that feed him, more than likely he done found another hand to feed him. You know?
That's right.
Yep. And then you gotta understand about these type of people, man. You understand, like, you got to know who you dealing with. You got to know, and most of the black people, they know a hustler when they know somebody that's trying to, a charlatan when they see one. You know what I'm saying? Like, once again, how Jesse Jackson changed his stance on abortion. Remember, when he wanted to run for president, at first he was saying abortion was genocide, black genocide. He changed that. You understand? Like once again, when it comes to our culture and God's law, our position must be cemented. It must be cemented. That's what makes us strong as a nation. It don't change with the election year. You understand? God's law does not change. You understand? The Bible said it's of no private interpretation. But when you get these type of people, and these are the type of people they promote, remember, they don't want to promote Commanding General Yohana. Why? Because he cannot be bought.
That's it.
They want to promote the ISU. Why you think they're trying to shadow ban us, even though it's 12 o'clock noon during the daytime? They want to shadow. Why you think they're trying to do that? Because they know what we're saying is the truth. And a lot of those people that's in Chicago, shout out to ISUPK Chicago, Captain Marvel Quad, and all the brothers out there doing great work, man. They know who out there really, who's really speaking the truth and in the trenches, man. They know. But what we got to do, we got to cement ourselves in what God said. That's how we going to be strong. Yeah, they got the big convention center and so forth, but they have no morality. They have no substance. They can be bought. You understand? And let me tell you something about Satan. When he know you can be bought, he will allow you to name your price.
That's right.
So like I yield.
Yeah. And just so like you can just add to what Captain Khan saying there too with being bought. That's the only reason why they're allowed to, I mean, that black people are destroyed the way they destroy today. Because your leadership, they can be bought. You understand? You look at any other nation on the earth. You understand? The people who love their people, you can't buy them off. You cannot buy them off.
You're right. Cap, your audio went up. Everybody hearing Cap, or it's just me?
Oh, it went out. It went out. I heard him, then it went out. It's a lot, Cap. It's still on mute, sir.
I don't think it's in mute. I think it's whatever your mic input was, because just now there it wasn't muted and I wasn't hearing it. Try now.
Yeah, I think something going on with the could be the internet, because a message just came up here.
Okay, yeah. We're back now, though. I can hear you now.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that black people destroyed, as the Bible says, because the Gates language, because black leadership can be bought. You understand?
Right.
At a price. That's why for some years you'll see black leadership with the Republicans, and then other years now you see them with what? With the Democrats.
That's right.
You understand? They could be bought. And once you have leadership that can be bought, then the people who are their race are going to have to feel the repercussions of your leadership being able to be bought. Martin Luther King, you understand? He was able to be bought. And what you understand about people right now? All of them. You understand? The one tell you about the ones that rebel, that can be bought, like your Nat Turners. You understand? There's a reason why you don't learn about Nat Turner. They couldn't buy him.
Right.
That's right. It's a lot. Can I say one thing, Cap?
Please.
It's a scripture where, and you know what? It's a scripture where it talks about that it's against the law to make merchandise of your people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so heavy, man, because they both run parallel. When you got a leader that can be bought, who becomes the commodity? Who becomes a part of the exchange? The people. That's who you able to sell out. That's where you get the term sell out. See, we didn't bought into these leaders, so that gives them more racial revenue to what? Sell out. The Bible says it's against the commandments, it's against the law to make merchandise of your people. You're seeing that right now in this campaign year, 2024, the year of our oppressor. You're seeing that right now. The gates thereof language, why they're weak? Because they could be bought. So that's not a strong gate. A strong gate, the young people say, it stands on business.
Right. You
understand? It's not going to be. It's not going to open the gate when it's time, when money comes up. Nah, we here and we're gonna stand on this. But what happens? The people becomes what? Merchandise when you have leaders that can be bought. That's why the Bible, that scripture is so heavy when they talk about don't make merchandise of your people. You understand? Because now you don't care about the welfare of your people. You don't care about childbirth and etc. You say it's a woman's right to choose. This is not a national issue, it's a woman's issue. So who told you can decide that? Did God say you can decide that? Because the last time I checked, I don't see that in the Bible. But you Uncle Tom Negroes, you want to add to God's commandment. You want to make it a commandment now to vote. And God never told us that we have to vote. God said, thou shalt have no other God before me. That's what God said.
Exactly.
So like I yield.
Yeah.
I'm sure
if I could, there's a lot of good scriptures that talk heavy about that, of the leaders basically eating the people in metaphor. Basically, like you said, making merchandise of the people, using the people as food. The scripture prophesied that they ain't gonna do that no more. That there's gonna be a day coming that they won't be able to basically use the people as clothing to keep themselves warm, use the people as food to fill their bellies. That day's coming. That day's now. You know what I mean? Like as the UPK and the truth gets stronger and stronger, that how they used to feed themselves, you're gonna see pastors gonna be on the streets. You're gonna see these so-called Christian leaders they're gonna be bums. They're gonna be just vagabonds.
Right.
They're gonna be begging for change on the corner. That day's coming. You keep trusting in these pastors and these Christian leaders that, you know, put on a suit and put their neck up, stick their head up high and pompous pride. Their day's coming. And their day is now. So if you one of them people, you need to repent. You know what I mean? So that's all I want to say on that, because Kahan was bringing the heavy.
Yeah. All right. You all want to get we could move to the Haiti story now. We probably run out of time. We might could do maybe one more or two more stories, maybe. Real quick, get them out the way. What's that, number one? Number one or number two?
Number two. I think it's number two.
Yeah, number two.
Oh, God. 5 children a week killed or injured in Haiti's gang warfare. Analysis of UN data shows rising toll on children who are being caught in the crossfire, as well as recruited to kidnap, loot, and murder, say aid groups. 5 children have been killed or injured in Haiti for every week of the first 6 months of 2024, caught in the crossfire of warring gangs. At least 131 children have been killed or injured so far this year, according to analysis of UN data by Save the Children, up 47% on the final 6 months of 2023, when 89 cases were documented. Most were hit by stray bullets when armed gangs launched machine gun assaults on their neighborhood or battled with other armed groups and the police in the streets. A small but growing number of those children have been actively targeted out of suspicions they supported a local self-defense group, rival gang, or the police.
And Salaki.
Others.
Salaki, how come ain't no maggots being placed in your breakfast for the Haitians? You know what I mean? How come ain't no outcry for the Haitian children? But you want me to cry for your Palestinians, for your Israeli babies.
Right.
I can't do that. I cannot do that. You have Haiti, which is right next door to America, to one of the richest countries on the face of the earth.
Right.
Earth is in turmoil right now. And you could walk down the streets of America and if you never look at the news, you would think everything is going well in the world right now. You would think everything is just fine if you don't look at the news with the way how Americans behaving. You understand? But you have the Haitians that losing kids. What? How much kids? 7 kids a day?
5 a week, sir.
5 a week. 5 a week. And then you go put them Kenyans, them Africans to go, you know what I mean, to marshal us. Waiting gonna happen. Waiting gonna happen. And
you went out again, Cap. Your mic went out again. No, I forgot about that point too, Cap. All you're seeing Kenyans is the almost like the peacekeepers. Like, that's crazy. They would never send us over there to police them. They would never send us over to to police the Rwandans. They would never send us over to police the Sudanese. You know,
okay.
You might come back. The thing is muted on the StreamYard, but I don't know if your mic is back in service.
So lucky if I could.
You're good.
Okay, so like if I could see with the Haiti, is so much going on with that, because we got brothers. We putting boots on the ground in Haiti. We got brothers going back and forth to Haiti and getting all the information. And basically, what the word is, okay, the main war and gang wars that's going on, especially mainly in the capital, Port-au-Prince, is paid for by these big corporations and these foreigners, people from India, different Chinese companies. They're paying the gang leaders to have the gangs run the streets so they can do their business. What people don't know is Haiti is rich. It's a very rich country. I'm here in Dominican Republic, and the people here know that Haiti is richer than the Dominican Republic. That's what they told me.
And when you say rich, Cap, what's it mean? Rich in terms of
money, real money, money. The brother here, Trooper Tawabia, who's been here 20 years. He said Haiti is richer than Dominican Republic.
And what I mean to ask is, where's the money coming from?
Where's the money? What?
The money. Where's the money coming from? How are they getting the money?
The money is from he wasn't specific. I know he talked about them selling guns and things like that, but go ahead.
Resources.
I believe it is.
Yeah, it has a lot of natural resources, but people wouldn't know it because they're being robbed so much. But it's the money he's talking about that's there is due to the natural resources. I mean, to cut you over. Go ahead, Doyle.
Yeah, Khan. Like he wasn't specific on exactly, so I didn't want to speak on like, it's coming with the sources. But you know, and even over here, you when I was here, you see Haitians over here in G-Wagons, in Mercedes, and you know, live like ballers. You know what I mean? So there's money, and when you look into Haiti, we got brothers going to Haiti, Cap Haiti, which is the second capital or the first capital of Haiti. You know what I mean? It's stable over there. We had a brother go over there and everything. And there's brothers, you go on YouTube, brothers are going over there showing the other side of Haiti, people living everyday life and things like that. The main gang warfare is in the capital. And obviously, after they assassinated the president, because you got to understand, Haiti, like everybody should know, is the first independent black country, period, after the oppressor came out the damn from underground. You know what I mean? From out that hole. In the Renaissance or whatnot. Haiti is the first independent black country. First one to get rid of the slave master. And all the Haitians always remember that and always talk about that. And they have a very strong spirit about themselves. And all these nations, they hate Haiti. They hate what it stands for. They hate what it represents. You looking at an entire country run by black people. You know what I mean? Airports, railroads, all type of businesses, everything. There's parts in Haiti where there's just only Haitians. Ain't no other people. Ain't no white people there. It's just all Haitians running the entire city, and the city's doing fine. You know what I mean? So they promote the madness that's in the capital that's coming from the foreigners, that's coming from the corporations that are paying the gangs to lock down zones in town so they can do business. The gangs, and this is in videos as well, the gangs will tell you they're getting paid. They're getting paid to lock down this and keep this part of town together. They get told when to go attack, when to go do this, where to go, who to fight. It's not just madness like what the media would try to make it seem, where it's just chaotic chaos because black people don't know how to exist. That's not the truth. The truth is there's major corporations, major money, major other foreign nations that have big stakes in Haiti. And even to the point where the president was assassinated, they never told you who did it, did they? They'll tell you about the gangs and everything all over the place, right? But they're never going to tell you who assassinated the president. Who was behind it? It's quiet. It's hush. It's hush. And after they assassinated the president, they can kind of move how they want to move because there's no official leader, and they can kind of keep it in limbo on who's the leader and then they can do what they want to do. These different nations, these different companies and countries. So the truth behind Haiti is way more deeper than just chaos in the streets and it's not like that. It's a organized media effort to paint Haiti in a certain type of way. Go on YouTube. There's a couple good YouTube channels of brothers in Haiti showing the other side of Haiti and talking to the people and being over there and visiting. We got brothers in the ISUPK going over there. Sharatazar just left from over there. Officer Sharatazar in Florida just left from over there in Cap Haiti, which is the first capital.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and he's just doing fine. Nice hotels. There was a few foreigners there. And the city looked beautiful. Like if I showed you the picture, it looked better than whatever town you living in. Got beach, everything. You know what I'm saying? They got nice Airbnbs, hotels, restaurant, all that. Everything it's crazy. It's a way different world than what they portray. So we'll learn more and more of that information to come out. The more brothers keep going over there and on YouTube promoting it. There's like 2 real good YouTube channels. I don't know their name right now, but just go on YouTube. Go ahead.
Like what you're describing there, you would find that alternative in a lot of islands in the Caribbean. But just so everybody who's watching, don't take what the captain is bringing, his witness to say the poverty is not there and the oppression is not there. Because some people might misconstrue it and think what you're saying means that the poverty is propaganda, which that's not the truth. Poverty is very, very much alive and well, and the oppression is very, very much alive. Because once again, Haiti was famous once for fighting the oppressor. Haiti was famous once for pushing the oppressor out. Now we're reading a story about 5 Haitian children a week died since when? The beginning of the year? Or since April or something? Beginning of the year? Yeah, that's, it don't matter if there's a mansion made of gold on the other side, on a beach somewhere. That's 5 children dying a week. That's not the oppressor. And I'm not saying they have to go slaughter the oppressor's children. But what I'm saying is don't let that, dictate whether, don't let that start to make anybody feel that the poverty that we see is a propaganda, but that's definitely not what it is. It's definitely a situation that's not ideal at all. Shouldn't be how it is. Haiti being so rich in resources, getting plundered by the Europeans. You know what I mean? Like it's the mantra of the Caribbean. The Caribbean is land of sun, sea, and resources that the Europeans take. Recently they found what? 7 billion cubic feet of oil in Jamaica. Yeah, British Petroleum is coming for all of it. BP is coming for all of it, and that's not a lot of oil, but it's enough to make a difference in the economy, in GDP. BP is coming for all of it, all. You take the news and you hearing different people in the media saying things gonna change and it's gonna do a lot. They're comparing the fine to what they found in Guyana in the 20 teens, in the late 20 teens in Guyana, and changed it. What they found in Guyana was also accompanied by gas, and it was a lot more. And you see what's going on now. It's a whole war between Guyana and Brazil and the Europeans trying to get into. But Venezuela, of course, had the backing of the Russians and have their own, strength. Jamaica, Britain is taking all of it.
Yeah.
Because right now they're surveying that whole region and trying to extract samples to test the oil and see what type of oil it is, how good it is. If it's, Brent crude, or if it's some other type of oil where they'll have to, do a whole ton of fractioning. But they're coming to take all. Kingston is that. Guaranteed.
And if I could piggyback off that, and I don't mean to diminish none of the suffering that our people are going through. I'm just coming from another angle because you from the Caribbean, so you kind of already seen it from that a lot of people from the States who only lived in the States, to them, a lot of people, the way the media portrays it, basically it portrays Haiti as like a madhouse, and Haitians are like wild animals, where there's no society, there's no people, there's no schools, there's no running water, there's just nothing. The people are just like I said, like animals. And so I just wanted to put that out there as well, especially for people in the States who not ever been over to the Caribbean to actually understand that there's more to it. They're just seeing what's on the media.
I got you.
Just y'all look into it. That's all. So yeah, you know what I mean? I didn't want to diminish their stuff.
Yeah, definitely where you get what you're trying to say. Like there's a whole part of the island that's not in turmoil, not riddled in chaos, not the stage, it's not the stage of the the oppressors putting their hand in. I definitely get that part. I definitely get that part of it. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
My fault, Cap.
I just got to add, you know what I mean, to what you were saying too, in that there's a theme in the Caribbean, South Central America, where there is always like inner fighting on the island.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow you gain American guns on the island, you gain Russian guns on the island, and now we going at it with each other, which lets you know that there's an outside force that is doing it to the island, that is making sure that these islands never sit back and wonder what the hell going on. Because I saw people asking why the crime so high in Trinidad. They said Jamaica right now is the number one in the Caribbean with crime. Number one. You understand? And Jamaica don't have any gun factory. They don't make any bullets in Jamaica. They don't do these things in the Caribbean. But yet and still, there's a ton of guns, there's a ton of war, there's a ton of, you know what I mean, fighting. And that's because there's outside forces that is making sure your country is oppressed, making sure. I yield.
But cook, Cap. That's so heavy, man. Because when I look at this whole situation that's going on with Haiti, like America, they always have a different approach when it comes to countries that we in or governments that we really in, majority of what we quote unquote control. They always have a different approach than the Ukraine or the other European countries. But they approached it a whole different way, man. I mean, there was no economic package. There was they said we'll just have military intervention using a foreign government, and it really gonna make it worse because you got to understand something too. When you got situations where children are being killed, well, first of all, one of the byproducts of war, civil war, any kind of war, is it's like a power vacuum. So it sucks in women and children. And those children are not going to be children forever. So if you're in a war-torn area or area where there's a lot of instability and they ain't going to school, they're going to trade those books in for bullets because it's survival. It is no different than any. I mean, you take it. You can take it anywhere. You can even take it down to LA with the gang territories in LA. You know what I'm saying? Some of them areas, they're controlled by gangs, and just by you being from there, you associated with that gang. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of these kids that they're not going to school. Some of them are being, casualties, just hit by stray bullets. But then they also saying that it's a breeding ground for recruitment. So a lot of these gangs are recruiting these children, whether it's for lookouts or for whatever kind of missions they have in them. And a lot of these children, Levite children, are being shot. You know what I'm saying? So this is a serious situation, man. This is a serious situation that's going on in Haiti, man. And this is why we got to pray for Haiti. We got to pray and continue to, support the UPK. And shout out to that. There was another article with a sister named Jacqueline Charles. She just She's from I think want to say Miami. She's down there in Haiti. She just won the Lovejoy Award for journalism in Haiti, a dedicated journalist. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to that sister, man, because you need good journalists down there to really see what's going on and really check and see what's happening with our people, man, because like it's so much that's being skewed down there and you know, to the outside world. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely a sad situation. And you know what I'm saying? You know, we pray the Lord watch over our brothers and sisters in Haiti, man. And then they come to some, these gangs come to some diplomacy, you know what I'm saying, where we can have peace and be able to remedy this situation, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of it is going on, and you know, you got the Hamites over there from these other countries in Africa. They're gonna make it worse. So yeah, just in a bad situation right now. It's in Haiti. It's like our year.
Yep, no, you're right there. You're absolutely right. You know what I mean? The time gonna come when all 12 tribes will have no choice but to turn back to the Lord or die. You know what I mean? It's that simple. You know, everybody, whether you live in a first world country or you live in a third world country, you might be in, you might be on the more fortunate side of finances and living in, you know, America and Britain and Canada, France and Spain, where else, you know what I mean? Or you might be on the other side of, you know, in the countries that those countries oppress. So it could be, the life is a bit harder than what you are accustomed to. But there's coming a time when both sides is going to have to turn to the Lord or you're going to die. That's what it is. And that's life. That's life. And the kingdom of heaven is going to be like every other kingdom on the earth. You're going to get down with the king or you're going to die. And it's a sad reality. No matter what you believe and, you know, what you think is right and what makes you feel good, there's going to come a time where you have to get down with the king or you die. And it's not far-fetched because today you have to get down with America or you die.
That's right.
It's not a far-fetched thing at all. You know what I mean? It's not a far-fetched thing. So faster everybody could make that transition and faster everybody could make that trade and go from one cross the floor, or the same politics, you cross the floor. You know, you leave one party, you go to the other one. That's what's going to have to happen with the 12 tribes of Israel. We're going to have to forsake the oppressor and take up for the king. We're going to have to do it. We're going to absolutely have to do it, or we're going to continue living in hell, living as second-class citizens, continue being robbed. Like I'm reading and looking at all the blogs and the bloggers and everybody talking about this oil find in Jamaica, and I'm like, these people absolutely don't know they're about to be robbed. And it's sad. It's down there like down there they already counting the money. And you know, one brother he talking about the GDP and what it means for Jamaica, and I'm like, nigga, you don't know you are about to be robbed. You don't know you are about to be fleeced. Totally. And this is the other thing. Britain knew that oil was there all the time. They didn't just discover that shit. Just like how America has oil reserves in Texas and will buy oil from the Arabs and use their oil when the Arabs acting up. What's going on in England right now is a strained relationship with the Arabic countries. So Britain is like, you know what? The future might be that these Arab countries might start to pull back because of our support for Israel with Gaza. Let's start to tap into these oil places that we have. And print it out in the newspaper how much billion cubic feet of oil we find. Y'all ain't just find that. Stop lying. It's been there. You just kept it as a reserve. You just kept it as a reserve for times of need. And that's how these European countries do. And they're in charge. They could afford, they have, right now, they have the rulership of the earth to spend and disperse resources as they feel fit. When Christ is in charge, you're going to bring all your resources to the 12 tribes of Israel. And you better not cry, or you better not say a goddamn thing about it. Bring it all night and day. Bring your forces in, because you made us to suffer. You turned us into merchandise. You belittled us and you ground us into powder before the earth. When Christ returns, you better bring it. You better bring it to the 12 tribes of Israel. Bring it here, or there's going to be a problem. Going to be a problem. 5 children dying every week, and there's no praise for Haiti. There's no praise for Haiti. There's no new specials on it. But you want me to cry from some children dying in Gaza? You're a heartless group of people. Absolutely heartless group of people, and you will only respond to, equivocal heartlessness. What you think is heartless. When Christ comes back, you are going to serve, or you're going to go in the grave, and that's just that. Man, listen, we got 11:30, man. I think we could wrap there. You're good to go with her? Listen, next week, New York headquarters, man. Headquarters, Saturday, April 30th. If the camp down there in Times Square, Commander Johnny Hanna going to be addressing the whole gun violence issue, solving the problem over there in New York that they're having with that mayor who really, it's rough being a puppet, man. It's rough being a puppet. It's rough being a puppet. You young brothers never put yourself in a position where you got to be a puppet, man.
That's right.
Come find strong black men to teach you strength. Because he's in a bad place right now where he had an answer for something he had no control over. I'm talking about the man in New York. Andre showing the solution for gun violence, man. It's a whole solution for gun violence. Saturday, April 30th, Times Square, New York. Come on down, ISUPK 101 West 121st Street, Harlem, New York. Started out of there. We're going to get Times Square like games are over. Rocking it out, bringing the truth to the masses in the highways and the byways. Don't miss it, coming in from all over the place. Sunday is the annual ISUPK headquarters barbecue, HQ barbecue, man. Go check it out. Captain Zazaria gonna be rocking it out there. Captain Shamawa, Captain Kantazar, Captain Zakar. They're all gonna be out there hosting y'all. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a good show, and they're gonna do a official breakdancing competition, brother. That's right. That old weak ass bullshit. That old special needs competition they had for the Olympics. No disrespect to the special needs, but you get my point. That was a ridiculous show of slowness. What the hell these devils was doing? So that day was the what's that shop? That's the Whole Foods breakdancing. That's the Whole Foods breakdancing. That's what's the salt that's put in the food? MSG. That's the no MSG breakdancing, nigga. That's what the hell that is. They're gonna come out and go host the official B-boy breakdancing with the cardboards, not with that mat. With the whole cardboards and the boom boxes, come out there to headquarters, man. It's going to be a time, one big weekend, man, 2 big days. Saturday, April 30th, Sunday, April 31st. You'll come on down, support the truth, pay your tithes, man. Support this house, support the Lord, support the Holy Spirit. These brothers working hard, tirelessly, along with Commander Johnny Hanneman, who set the trend for us all. Support the truth, send your money in. Join him this Monday, 9 p.m. on this very channel. Tell a friend, tell a family, tell everybody on this channel. The real Commander Johnny Hanna. That's what you have to do. The real Commander Johnny Hanna. Don't miss this Monday show. It's going to be epic, man. Again, I'd like to thank everybody who joined us in. Also, thank our officer, Arawadia, for bringing all these stories and giving us a whole list of stories, man. He sends buku stories every week, man. A whole list of them every week without fail. Shout out Arawadia, man. Shout out everybody in the chat. Shalom to you all. As usual, the usual suspects who are here with us tonight, Captain Nana, Carolinas, man. Rocking it down there. So we are Captain Kahan also holding on the whole South, man. We're gonna be down there in Atlanta for Passover, rocking it out April 12th, holding the thing down. We have Captain Kapash out of India, just right now in DR-ville, they're taking ground for Commander Jerry Hannah. Staking ground, check surveying the land, getting back with Captain Ash. Him and Captain Ash working on the whole thing, plotting to steal Israel back from the world, man. Like, we actually doing this work, and now we are Officer Kazaka Imana.
That's right.
Did I freak up on y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah, sir.
Who's on the screen?
Good. Sound is good, though.
Who do I have on the screen?
Yeah, everybody on the screen.
Everybody, sir.
Okay, Mosai and Christ then. Well, listen, Salakia, Officer Kazaka Imad, holding down for DC, holding down, giving me that whole intellectual perspective. Because this computer sabotage now. You see this computer trying to strain the brotherhood out. Satan gonna tell you I'm trying to sabotage you now. Fuck that. Because that guy man on TikTok holding down DC camp, rocking it out, man. Like, you'll support these soldiers, man. These brothers is doing amazing work and their ribs behind them, man. We all serve our King Christ and follow Commander John Hannah off a cliff if needs be. We ain't playing with this truth, man. We real to this and true to this. You'll support this truth. Get down with us, man. With that, we're going to say shalom to everybody, man. Lord Allah, we'll see you all next week live every Saturday night, man. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing with this thing now. It froze. I can't even end the show because talk shit then. I don't know. I can't end nothing.
God, sir.
Thing just pause. Damn.
Yeah, it's still frozen too.
Yeah, man. It's a rough one, man. It's a rough one. Listen, they probably say, listen, you talking about all the oil we gonna steal from Jamaica. Listen, I'm gonna steal your show, nigga.
Yeah, just
it's back now.
We're gonna rip this thing out. So long as I'll see you all next week. Live on Command.
Come.
That's it.
Yeah. On 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit.
I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I did it, nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, up to solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried. I got rank for there, I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga. Watch yourself. They said you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin on kindness. I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. And it feel like Jeepers Creepers. Say they want some smoke, though. So I brought these Jimmy Sweets. Coming like you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we run it, bitch. Don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. If you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, find in. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, back and seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dog? Guns and butter, baby boy. UPK top, dog. Certified road runner. I'm a
was stashed in the attic like they Air Frank. They had that shit on lock till I snapped on them like bolt cutters. You cannot play both sides